Hi, I'm Mark at BrakeCrafters, and I'm just going to go through, putting basically the seals and pistons into a cleaned and finished caliper. Now, it is extremely important that we have all of the seal rings cleaned up, which you can do with a Dremel and a pick. You have to get all the aluminum oxide off of all those corners, so you want to give that a really good clean. Okay, then what we have is the seals and how to use the red rubber grease. Now what I always use is the tray that these come in. Work great, just cut them in half, gives you a nice clean surface. Just put it in, and then you have your red rubber grease. Now red rubber grease is not like any other grease, that's why it's stained red, so it's specifically made for rubber. It's fine with brake fluid and everything like that, but it gives longevity and makes assembly much easier. So what we're doing is we're putting a film. You don't need lots, like I say, you're just putting a film on both sides, both the upper and lower and the inner and outer. There we go. Just pop that down. Take a little bit of grease on your finger and thumb. Go around, inner and outer, upper and lower. Like I say, this is why it's great having a nice clean surface to get this done. Okay. Okay, and last one. Here we go. Okay, so then what I recommend is that you start with the pressure seal, which is the thicker square sect one. And what we're going to do is you just use your finger to guide it into the spot. You see? And you've got it held, and then you just feed it in. Okay? Wipe your finger around, make sure there's no kinks, that it's perfectly in there. Perfect. Now these seals, some people think that they're sided. They're not sided in any way. The chamfer is actually cut into the caliper, which gives that slight angle to the seal, but as I say, that is actually in the caliper. When you pull the old seals out, sometimes what you'll see is that the old seals will appear to have a chamfer to them because they've been trapped in that caliper for so long. But like I say, the seals have no angle to them. It doesn't matter which way that they go in. You just use your finger, guide it in, and then you just feed the rest in there. Go and check that it hasn't got twisted. It's great. Okay, then with the dust seals. Now the dust seals, these are pressure molded. They're a lot thinner, a lot flimsier. Also, this groove is never as great, so these can actually be a little bit trickier to make sure that they don't get folded. And like I say, as you can see here, they're right on the edge of the caliper, so double check these, that these are all good. Okay, it's exactly the same process. Put your finger, guide it in, and it comes through. Now, if you can see, that hasn't gone in quite right. There we go. You've got to get your finger in and make sure that that is seated correctly, nice and evenly all the way around. Great. Okay, and really it's that simple. Like I say, red rubber grease, upper and lower, inner and outer, and making sure that the seals are planted all the way back. Now, it is a very tight tolerance, so you will find a bit of resistance with this. What we want to also do is use a little bit of the red rubber grease just on the base of the piston, just on this leading edge. Give it a wipe round. Doesn't matter, any excess gets wiped away in with the seals, so it's not going to need time. Now when you get through here, what you're looking for is placing it in on an edge, and you're going to give a slight just rotating action, because what you're trying to do is push that dust seal into the ring. You don't want to force it down. It's just to say, play a little bit of a roll game with it. A little bit of pressure. flip it round here. So these are very, very tight. You give it a rolling action. Be a real bugger. You can actually see how that piston, you see how it's got a slight twist to it? That's why it's not seating in properly. So I need that, there we go, get that edge up. And then do it again. Like I say, you want that little like a rolling action. Because these have to go in perfectly straight. But you want to make sure you get the seal in. There we go. That's what that. Dang. Now a little bit of a bugger, so you have to have a bit of patience with it. Okay, so there we go, that has gone through the pressure seal. You can see how that dust seal isn't kinked up, and now it's going to do the same on the pressure seal. There we go, and that piston, nice and lovely. Okay, we'll do it again. Hopefully I'll look a little bit better in the next one, but unfortunately you will find this, they've got to be very precise in the way that they go in. So we put that little bit of rubber grease on the corner of the pistons, and we're going to feed in from one side, and we're trying to keep that piston nice and straight. So this, see, that one's, oh, almost had it, dang. There we go. So there, now we're on the dust seal, the pressure seal, pressure one, and the same sort of action. Bit of a rotation. There we go. Perfect.